Hey everybody, you're watching Fun Volts, and today I want to talk to you about the Xander Max 10 from Hovsco. This is a scooter that we've been riding for a couple of months now, and it's done pretty well. I want to tell you the things that I like about it and the things I don't like about it, and if you're considering one, this might help you make a decision. So first of all, the Xander Max 10 has 10-inch wheels. I think that's where it gets the name 10 in the name. The front tire is pneumatic, meaning that you pump it up, and the back tire is solid, so you really can't get a flat tire on the back, which is nice, and the front one, I guess, could be pumped up or changed if you needed to. It rides pretty smoothly with these two tires. I find that the front tire rolls over stuff pretty easily, but I'm kind of heavy, and so I feel like maybe a little bit bigger tires for somebody like me might be good, but 10-inch, I think for most people, if you weigh less than 200 pounds, is gonna be fine. It has 3 speeds, a low, medium, and high. The low is probably around 10 miles an hour, the medium's somewhere in the 15 miles an hour range, and the high is gonna be about 19 or 20 miles an hour. Of course, that depends on the weight of the rider and the slope that you're riding on, but it does give you that ability to shift between those three. 20 miles an hour is decent speed for a scooter. It's not excessively fast, and there are scooters that do go faster, but it feels like it's probably about right for somebody who might be commuting to school or just riding around for fun. It has a headlight, and I really like the design of the headlight. It's kind of got a little glass or plastic protector around it, clear plastic, that looks like it will protect the light and also maybe magnify the light a little bit. It has a sensor so that when it gets dark and you're riding, the light will come on automatically, which is kind of cool. And it does a pretty decent job of putting a beam out in front of you so you can see where you're going. And it does also have a brake and tail light, which is nice. When you squeeze the brake, it will actually come on and let people know that you're slowing down. So a nice little set of integrated lights on the Xander Max 10. The LCD screen is decent and it's bright enough to see in bright sunlight. There's not a whole lot of controls on this thing. There's basically just one button aside from the throttle and the brakes. So you don't have a whole lot that you can adjust other than the high, medium, and low of the speed. And so the LCD is just as simple, which I like about it. Now it does have an app as well, and I don't find the app to be very useful. There's not a whole lot that it does other than tells you your distance using your phone's GPS, which you could do with your phone by itself. So the app doesn't add a lot of value to it in my opinion, but I like the simplicity of it and the fact that you actually don't need an app to ride it. So now I want to tell you the downsides of this scooter in my opinion. First of all, it's a little underpowered for somebody my size and weight. It gets me around just fine. It doesn't have a lot of problem on flat surfaces. As a matter of fact, it feels pretty zippy if you're going on a flat or slightly downhill surface. But as soon as you start to go up a slope a little bit with my weight and my size, it feels like it struggles a little bit, even in the high mode. So if you're a bigger person, you might consider a bigger scooter. Also, the 10-inch wheels, while they're compact and again, seem pretty solid, they feel a little bit small for someone my size. I feel like I might be better off with like 12 or 15-inch wheels on a scooter like this to be able to get around. And then on the flip side of it, you know, with it being a smaller wheels and a little bit underpowered in my opinion for someone big, it's kind of heavy for a scooter with a little bit less speed than a, say, faster and bigger scooter. So if you're a small person, like a really tiny person, it might be kind of heavy for you to carry up and down stairs. It's not bad for a big guy like me, but again, it feels a little underpowered for someone like me. So I wish it was either a little bit more powerful, in which case I think the weight would be justified, or a little lighter, in which case it would be better for a smaller person who maybe lives upstairs and wants to carry it up and down to their apartment or dorm or whatever. But other than those couple of things, I really like it. It looks really sharp. The brakes are great. Never had any problems with stopping. The build quality is good. The fold up and down is really easy to do once you know how to do it. It gives you a pretty decent battery life. It'll go for 30 miles or so before you have to recharge it, again, depending on your size and weight. So I think it's worth looking at if you're kind of a medium-sized person who doesn't mind sort of a heavy scooter to carry up and down, and somebody who wants to spend around $450 for their scooter. It's in that price range, what feels like a good quality scooter. It's not a real cheap one that you might get at a big box store, but it's also not a really high-end one that you might have to carry somebody bigger like me. So that's the Xander Max 10 from Hovsco. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to Fun Volts. We're doing more stuff with scooters and e-bikes and all that sort of thing. We'd love to hear what you think. Leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.